requirements to provide affordable housing.
And how do you do that when you have some of these people already living in our state, sometimes living outside of counties that they work in, commuting far distances because they can't afford to live in those counties? I'm just concerned about that. They may already be consuming the water that we're saying is not available for them to consume. So foregoing building them a house that can be probably more energy efficient or water efficient than one they're living with in large quantities. I think with the requirements we have set forth in the state, with the current Show Me the Water bills that we have, the QUIL bill, I've seen those in effect at the local government. It's very hard to make the case that the water is available because there's always an opposing group that doesn't want to either see a development in their neighborhood, bring forward a lawsuit and say, no, they didn't adequately make it's just another point of contention, another point of conflict. It's always really hard to cite affordable housing.
I know you're passionate about affordable housing, and I respect that. The QUIL and Costa bills had a 500 home limit that, generally speaking, are the big subdivisions that were being built. These have to be, as defined by the BIA, regionally significant projects. Those aren't traditionally the affordable housing, urban area developments that we have. So this is trying to address, through SGMA, the Sustainable Groundwater Management, that there will be proper management of, and at least recognition of limitations on critical overdraft, because I think the biggest tragedy is for many disadvantaged communities, particularly in rural areas, but not necessarily so, that they have to have water brought in to them by the state taxpayers using Prop $1 in containers for their cooking, their washing. I mean, really living in third world conditions, that's not okay either. And so, yes, more affordable housing, absolutely. I don't know if this is the discussion for it, but if you would like to weigh in on this, just.
Well, I have enormous respect for your work on groundwater management, and I know it's been a difficult issue. It's one that's been charged here politically, one that has had lots of opposition, but I think we're making progress in that area to ensure that we have proper groundwater management. I think that is a very important policy. I think it's going to get us to a point in California where we are monitoring our wells and hopefully leading to re-injection. We are putting money through our bond into re-injection. I think that was
recycled water,
recycled waters, finding ways to get the best out of water. That's definitely in the future. We're headed in that direction. And just in this area, I'm very cautious in supporting something that could have a chilling effect on new development. I represent neighborhoods with lots of dilapidated housing, old housing that can't be restored, more expensive to restore than to replace. The replacement costs are extremely high. Most of these infill developers are actually the property owners themselves that are building this housing at a great cost. We see development impact fees going up. We see water rates going up. We see sewer rates and sewer fees going up. And it's just working against what we're trying to accomplish in creating affordable housing for the people of California. So
my staff looks forward to working with you, your staff, and you and I have a good relationship. We can.
Absolutely. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Wolk.
Very briefly, Fran, I'm glad that you're bringing this forward. It's been, I think the Show Me the Water bills were in 2001. So we've had 15 years of experience, some in good times and some in not, in terms of building and local government's prerogatives. And we've had a drought, and we have a lot of evidence about what's going on in certain areas with respect to the groundwater. And I think I would really encourage you to move forward. This is not an easy bill, but the fact that we have 21 areas of critical overdraft. I mean, we act as if, well, as soon as it rains, they'll fill up again and we'll be okay. And the fact is, the evidence is not in that direction, that once lost, some of these subsided basins will never come back. So then you have created an incredible problem. You have development or agriculture, and the water supply will never be there. So that you have to start at the beginning where the land use approval is. You know that, you've been through this discussion before, and that's at the local government level and at the LAFCO level, which Senator Hertzberg is an expert in. The notion that you're going to eliminate, which I think is excellent, this hauled water, that somehow hauled water could be an answer to the water supply for a 500-acre development, 500-unit development, really. Please don't eliminate that. Or a groundwater from a basin that is under stress, critical or a probationary concern. I mean, really, we've moved beyond that. So I think, I hope that you will be successful in coming forward with the strongest bill you can, and I really hope that you'll engage. I mean, we're all in this drought. Drought is the new normal, and we have to respect that, it seems to me, and I hope that the realtors and the BIA, as they did then, will come forward and be in the room, and LAFCO will develop a constructive attitude toward these issues instead of seeing it as an, oh God, another problem, and really come up with a solution that works.
And we will be going to governance and finance yet. So
Yes, and
discussion on just that.
Senator Hertzberg's name is on the LAFCO bill somewhere in history. So anyway, has this been moved? I'll move it.
May I just, one comment?
We do, and it's on.
And the urgency of this issue cannot be overstated. While Northern California enjoyed a fairly robust winter session, the lake that provides drinking water for 220,000 people in Santa Barbara County, Lake Cachuma, is at 16.5% capacity.
We've had 6 inches of rain in the south.
So this is a problem that isn't tomorrow. We can't slough it off for a year because we got a lot of rain. We are in a very serious situation. I want to commend you, Senator, for bringing on what is a very difficult issue, but we have got to find some ways to resolve this sooner rather than later.
Thank you. So I have some questions of my own. At the local level, I served on a board of supervisors. I served on a city council. You get a project come through, you get a will serve letter from a local water agency. You have enough water, you give them a permit, they get to build. So now, just identify what you have to do now. Now you have to do a study, basically a CEQA amendment study that obviously the more CEQA work you do, the more vulnerable I think you are to litigation. You talked about another 8 years potentially. I associate a lot of my comments with Senator Hueso's. We're trying to get affordable housing built in my district where we have a lot of the same problems that Imperial County has. And I see this as a way to give opposition to building more ammo. And at a time when we really need the construction jobs and we need housing for certainly many areas that I represent where more than 40% of certain populations rent, and they would like to own. The problem is that there's not a whole lot of development going on right now, and I don't see this as a way of priming the pump, if you will, to get more development going without making it more expensive for developers, which you're going to pass the cost on to the home builder. If it's an affordable home builder, it's going to be more difficult to make it affordable. So I'd like you to respond to some of these issues. And are there any other laws that connect land use approvals with water supply in the state of California at this time?
Well, yes, there are many other laws. I mean, I had mentioned a few of them. There's a provision in Mr. Hertzberg's bill from the same year, 2001, or was it 2000? 2000. And actually, we had worked together on putting that provision in, on making sure that there was water available in a timely manner for those projects. There's a provision in the general plan law. There's a provision in the Subdivision Map Act there is a provision in CEQA outside of the water supply assessment so that every CEQA project has to consider the source of the water, whether it's surface water or groundwater. And even after you're done with CEQA, yes, you have to get a will serve letter, but the caution I have on that is that that doesn't guarantee you service. At any point, the water provider can deny you a connection. And you can already be under construction with the house, and they can deny you a connection to the water system. And just to, I don't want to mislead anyone here, because our position is oppose unless amended. It's not an outright oppose. We're not saying that there isn't a problem. We did not oppose SGMA when it was going through. And we never thought that as it was going through, we weren't going to have to be consistent with it. And in fact, the 10910 of the Water Code that you're amending here already has a provision to make the projects consistent with groundwater management plans, which is different than a groundwater sustainability plan. I get that. And so we are not opposed in principle, but it is absolutely critical to us that you do it in a way that doesn't give people who are opposed to development and those another reason to have an argument against your project. So even in those large projects of 500 units or more, you have inclusionary requirements in there. They may have a 10 or 20% affordability requirement in there. You are getting affordable housing out of those large master plan communities. There is one recently that was very popular, a large project in Los Angeles County, and it had 2,000 affordable units in it. Unfortunately, it was invalidated through a CEQA lawsuit. So, you do have, pardon? Yes. Yeah. Not based on the water. But my point is simply that you're giving somebody another reason to argue about it. And those arguments take time and they cost money. And while the water agency is there to provide the data, they definitely, or in some cases the county provides the data, we pay for the production of the document, we pay for the attorney's time on behalf of the water provider to review that. We pay for the litigation costs on the defense side, both for the developer and for the public agencies. And those meters are running. We had one case out of Berkeley that came to conclusion last year. One home in litigation for 8 years under CEQA. Not all of these are water issues, granted, okay? But you're just giving somebody else an additional tool to argue about. Unfortunately, what that does is create the impression from our side of the table that you're getting punished for disclosure. That shouldn't be. You should be rewarded for disclosure. You should at least be punished for disclosure.
Senator Wolk.
I would like to know if you have that data. Since 2001, how many of the CEQA laws, how many of the total amount of projects in the state of California have focused on water supply as an issue in the CEQA lawsuits? Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? We have a motion. Senator Jackson made the motion. We will pass this to Governance and Finance, if it passes. Oh, would you like to close, Senator?
No, the time is late, and Senator Hill and I each have one more bill, and so I will ask for your aye vote. We think we can deal with a lot of the BIA's issues. Appreciate the lengthy discussion. Ask for your aye vote.
Thank you.
To pass to Governance and Finance, Senators Pavley.
Aye.
Pavley, aye. Stone.
No.
Stone, no. Allen. Allen, aye. Hertzberg. Hertzberg, aye. Hueso. Hueso, aye. Jackson. Jackson, aye. Monning.
Aye.
Monning, aye. Vidak. Vidak, no. Wolk.
Aye.
Wolk, aye. That has sufficient votes. It's out.
Votes, Senator, congratulations.
Good.
And,
You're not. Yes, please begin, because Senator Hill, we're starting, and so is caucus, and I know you have to make a presentation in caucus, so.
And I may be delayed till next week now, but we'll see.
Go ahead.
Well, very good. Thank you, Madam Chair and members. SB 814, no one should be able to buy their way out of a drought. That's what SB 814 is about. Under mandated water conservation targets during the worst drought in our state's recorded history, most Californians are making their best effort to conserve water. But there are a number of people throughout the state who appear to be using as much water as they want when they want without any repercussions. We don't exactly know who they are or how many they are, but thanks to some investigative reporting, we know that at least 365 households statewide use more than 1 million gallons of water a year, far and above the average use. Under the current law, excessive water users are largely protected from disclosure and face no penalties, while the rest of us face fines of up to $500 for simply watering on the wrong day. To fix this, SB 814 requires every water supplier in the state to do one of two things: either adopt an ordinance to fine excessive water users or establish a rate structure that mandates water budgets or rate surcharges for excessive water use. Under the bill, if a water supplier chooses to establish an excessive water use ordinance, they can consider various local factors to establish the definition of excessive use. Any ordinance would have to include an appeals process as well as a method to collect on non-payment of penalties that is consistent with their current process for collection. Water leaks would be an appealable circumstance, as would other reasonable circumstances determined by each water supplier. Each water supplier would have the ability to issue a warning or perform a water audit before issuing a fine, which can be any amount up to $500. Lastly, SB 814 also seeks to clarify the Public Records Act so that when asked, water suppliers disclose the names and water usage information of excessive water users. This is because public disclosure helps reduce water use. For example, those who have been identified as excessive water users in the East Bay have reduced their consumption by 20%. My office has heard from various stakeholders on the Public Records Act issue, and after many conversations, it seems like current law is sufficient and the changes in SB 814 may be unnecessary. As such, I'd like to remove the Public Records Act provisions from the bill altogether, which we will do in Senate Judiciary Committee, as my office has discussed with committee staff. Yep. In closing, I'd like to acknowledge that recent storms have brought much needed water to our state. This is positive, but as we just heard from Senator Jackson, it does not and doesn't mean we shouldn't move this bill forward. And in fact, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor, 73% of the state is still in severe drought. We also know that there will be a drought in our future. I don't want to have to come back here to deal with this issue during another drought. The bill only takes effect during a statewide drought emergency. If we pass it this year and the drought declaration is lifted, then it doesn't go into effect. But the requirements will be in place and ready to go for our next drought. SB 814 is supported by the California League of Conservation Voters, the Sierra Club, and Clean Water Action. I respectfully ask for an aye vote, members.
Okay, very good. I see no witnesses here for testimony, but just to add on to.
Kyle Jones with Sierra Club California in support.
Anyone else in support? This would be the time. You can do that.
I'm
yes.
Marlene Dumaine with the East Bay Municipal Utility District. We don't have a position at this time, but we are engaged with the senator and his staff, and we thank them for all the work to date, and we're continuing to work with them. At the time we adopted our excessive use ordinance, we were the only utility in the state to do so, and we are evaluating the ordinance as we go, and also in terms of weather conditions. Thank you.
Anyone opposed to this bill? Seeing and hearing none. This bill's been moved by Senator Woke. Are there questions by members of the committee? And we note the amendment you have suggested relating to the Public Records Act will be taken in
Judiciary.
In Judiciary. Very good. If there are no other questions, a brief close.
Respectfully ask for an aye vote, members. Thank you.
The motion is due pass to Judiciary. Roll call.
Senators Pavley.
Aye.
Pavley, aye. Stone. Stone, no. Allen. Allen, aye. Hertzberg. Hertzberg, aye. Hueso. Jackson. Jackson, aye. Monning. Monning, aye. Vidak. Vidak, no. Wilk, aye.
That's enough votes to get out of committee.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you, members. Appreciate it.
And finally, this is a bill with no opposition, so that, as you know, I work a lot on the climate change issue, and what we're trying to do is break down silos between agencies, like urban forestry, or composting, or how about water, and have them all work together. I think this is an exciting opportunity to break down those silos. It's called the Community Climate and Drought Resilience Program. It's sponsored by Tree People down in Senator Allen's district. And what it'll do, it'll integrate and outline a plan that provides opportunity for these agencies to work together on issues such as urban forestry, water conservation like stormwater capture, reuse, efficiency projects, organic waste diversion through composting, and also provide employment opportunities for at-risk youth through, I think, very innovative programs. And we're excited about presenting this to you today and ask for your aye vote. With me, I have two witnesses.
Okay, good afternoon, Senators. I'm Cindy Montañez, and it's wonderful to be here with you. It was 14 years ago that I was sitting, but on the green carpet in this exact committee, so it's wonderful to see Senator Pavley still as our champion and chair of our major resources issues. So I am now CEO of Tree People, which is a Los Angeles-based nonprofit that is working with communities throughout the region on tree care, tree planting, rainwater harvesting, and trying to deplete or renew depleted urban areas. We are pleased to be the sponsor of SB 1294 and appreciate Senator Pavley's leadership not only on urban forestry and forestry issues, but just climate change in general. The drought has, as we all know, heightened awareness and underscores the need to make communities more climate resilient. This bill provides an opportunity for the state to approach several community-based climate pollution strategies, such as trees and urban greening, landscape resiliency, water conservation and efficiency, organic waste and compost via an innovative program that's going to help us address some of the most pressing issues, as I said, to make our communities climate resilient. Trees provide, as we know, significant co-benefits to our communities: shade and beauty, carbon sequestration, water conservation, stormwater management, the alleviation of the urban heat island effect, which is a mounting problem in many urban settings and one which disproportionately impacts disadvantaged communities. So we have a bill here that's going to address, these pressing issues. We stand strongly behind this bill, and we ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Chair and members. Reed Addis on behalf of the LA Neighborhood Land Trust and the LA Conservation Corps. We're in strong support here today, and you may wonder why our organization's interested in an energy water nexus bill by Senator Pavley. Well, we're very interested because there's a win-win-win here. Not only does this bill help us deal with our organic waste, turning that into compost that ultimately can be applied in our communities, which allows for better water infiltration, it allows for better water retention, ultimately allows the communities we work in, where we're building parks, pathways, trails, gardens, all of those types of activities benefit from this as we try to use less water. We try to capture the water that falls from the sky and allows us to have high-quality projects, parks, and other facilities in our communities. So we're in very strong support today, not to mention that the LA Conservation Corps is in strong support because this program would allow us to use or deploy young men and women to do some of these projects. So thank you very much.
Thank you for your testimony. Do we have any in support? Please come forward.
Kyle Jones with Sierra Club, California, in support.
Thank you.
Baldev Singh from Sacramento Regional Conservation Co. in support.
Katrina Robinson on behalf of the Carbon Cycle Institute in support.
Claire Scott on behalf of California Association of Local Conservation Corps and Los Angeles Conservation Corps in support.
Thank you. Any others in support? Please come forward. If not, are there any in opposition? Please come forward. Anyone in opposition? Seeing none, I'll come back to the senators. Senator Hertzberg.
Senator Pavley, if you would have me, I would like to join as a co-author of the
I would love
At the
that.
appropriate time, you could amend
Yes.
me in. Thank you.
Yes.
Senator Jackson moves the bill. This will be to pass as amended to environmental quality. And we'll ask Senator Pavley if you'd like to close.
Just multi-benefit solutions, particularly in an urban setting, are incredibly valuable, stretch our dollars, and make real impacts on people's lives. Ask for your aye vote.
Okay, it's do pass as amended to environmental quality. Senators Pavley.
Aye.
Pavley, aye. Stone. Stone, no. Allen. Allen, aye. Hertzberg. Hertzberg, aye. Hueso. Jackson. Jackson, aye. Monning. Monning, aye. Vidak. Vidak, no. Wolk. Wolk, aye. So that has sufficient votes, but we're going to put it over for Senator Hueso.
Lifting the calls. Lifting the calls. We'll just go in file order, lifting the calls. File item 1, Senate Bill 814, Senator Hill. It's double referred. The motion, the vote is 6-2.
Senator Hueso, he's not here.
He's not here.
Put it back on call. They're calling him. Let's.
Okay. We're going to skip down. File item 2, Senate Bill 887 on natural gas storage wells. The vote is 4-1.
Senator Stone? No. Stone, no. Hertzberg?
Aye.
Hertzberg, aye. Hueso? Monning? Monning, aye. Do you want to keep it open for Hueso?
It's 6-1. That item is out. File item 3, Senate Bill 900 by Senator Jackson. Jackson, it's sponsored by State Lands Commission. The vote is 4-0. Call the absent members.
Senator Stone? No. Stone, no. Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Hueso? Monning? Monning, aye. Wolk? Wolk, aye. 7-1.
The vote is 7-1. That item is out. File item 4, Senate Bill 995. It's on well standards. The vote is 5-0. Call the absent members.
Senator Stone?
Aye.
Stone, aye. Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Hueso? Monning? Monning, aye.
That item is out. It's 8-0. File item 5, Senate Bill 1062, Laura, on elephants. The vote is 4-2.
Senators Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Hueso? Monning? Monning, aye.
The vote is 6-2. That item is out. File item 6, Senate Bill 1081 by Senator Morrell on hunting and fishing fees. The vote is 8-0.
Senator Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Out.
That item is out. Dispense with. File item 7, Senate Bill 1083 by Senator Allen on oil spill communications, 4-1.
Senator Stone? No. Stone, no. Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Hueso? Monning? Monning, aye.
That item is out. It's 6-2. The next item is file item 8, Wildlife Conservation Board membership bill, Senate Bill 1089. The vote is 5-0.
Senator Stone? Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Hueso? Monning? Monning, aye.
Vote 7-0. That item's out. File item 9, State Parks on operating agreements, Senate Bill 1111. The vote is 5-0.
Senator Stone? Stone, aye. Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Hueso? Monning? Monning, aye.
The vote is 8-0. That item is out. File item 10, Senator Wilk's bill, that was on consent, along with file item 12. Do we have any members absent from the consent calendar vote? Call the absent members, 10 and 12.
Senator Hertzberg? Hertzberg, aye. Jackson. Jackson, aye.
Okay, that item is out and dispensed with. File item 11, Senate Bill 1136 by Morrell on fire prevention, that's SRA fees. The vote is 5-0.
Senators Hertzberg. Hertzberg, aye. Hueso. Jackson. Jackson, aye. Monning. Monning, aye.
The vote is 8-0. That item is out. File item 13, Senate Bill 1227 by Senator Lara on the Conservation Corps and Veterans. The vote is 5-0.
Senators Hertzberg. Hertzberg, aye. Hueso. Jackson. Jackson, aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
The vote is 8-0. That item is out. File item 14, Senate Bill 1262 is, we have everyone on that one. And file item 15, or do we finish with that one?
Hueso's the only one missing.
Hueso's the only one missing.
It's coming down now.
The vote was 6-2. We'll wait for Senator Hueso. We'll thank everyone else for their attendance. Give them a couple minutes. No. Member, I'd be glad to lift all the bills again. All right, let's start at the top. Ready, Senator Hueso? So file item 1 by Hill on the drought. The vote is 6-2.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
7-2. That item is out. File item 2, storage wells, it's 6-2. Call the absent members.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
7-2. File item 3, Jackson, state lands, 7-1 is the vote.
Senator Hueso?
8-1. File item 4, Senate Bill 995 on well standards, the vote is 8-0.
Senator Hueso?
9-0. File item 5, Senator Lara's bill on elephants, the vote is 6-2.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
2. File item 6 by Morrell on hunting and fishing, that item's already out, 9-0. File item 7 by Allen, the vote is 6-2.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
File item 8, Wildlife Conservation Board, the vote is 7-0.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
8-0. File item 9, Senate Bill 1111, the vote is 8-0.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
9-0. Consent calendar,
He's on it.
he's on that, so we've dispensed with 10 and 12. File item 11 by Morrell, Senate Bill 1136, it's 8-0.
Senator Hueso?
Aye. Now it's 9-0, that is out and completed. File item 13, it's 8-0, Senate Bill 1227.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
9-0.
He's on the next one.
You're on number 14, so let's go to 15, Senate Bill 1294, the vote is 6-2.
Senator Hueso? Hueso, aye.
7-2. Thank you for returning, appreciate it. And with that, the hearing is adjourned.